and the monarchy, you've called for a conversation about the relationship between the monarchy and the people. But this is such a sensitive subject. Many people would say Thailand just isn't ready for that.
But I think we have some maturity, and we have some tolerance to really speak out about the monarchy. Nowadays, talking in the parliament is starting to become possible. Talking with the media is now possible. And if we speak about this in the most matured and careful way, I think people will start to understand.
The one specific measure that your party zeroed in on is amending the controversial lèse-majesty law, 112 as it's called, in Thailand. Yet that is the issue on which many senators say they cannot support you. It could block you forming a government. Why not just drop it for now? Why not say, okay, let's push this aside for this term of government in order to overcome the opposition of the senators and focus on other issues?
Because it's what we had promised the people. And we have enough mandate, we have the votes of 14 million people, and they understood. It was clear, it was transparent that it's one of the things, one of the agendas that we wanted to push. And then, of course, there's some senators, appointed senators, that didn't agree that, the sentiment of the era has changed. There's inconvenient truth going
out there. They have the power to block you.
Yes, for one last year. And I would disagree with the question whether all the senators would think the same. I think that would be a quick brush of the picture as well. There's a lot of senators that I have spent some time with during the past 4 years that understand. They might not understand in the beginning, but once they understand the desire to do and the details, and then they say, okay, actually I agree with this. I don't want monarchy to be used as a political weapon to destroy people or to jail a juvenile at the age of 15 years old anymore.
I mean, you're trying to change an entrenched system with some very, very powerful, unaccountable institutions that have kind of kept it the way it is. This same establishment has thrown out elected governments in the past. It's banned prime ministers. Aren't they just going to do the same thing to you if you get into power?
Well, if you look at it from an inside-out perspective, it has happened in Thailand before, but I look at it from the outside in. There's a lot of various countries all around the world that had to go through the same kind of experience here in Thailand, unaccountable, invisible hands of power throwing out away elected officials. So if I look at the international experiences of how they came out of, how they broke the cycle, came out of military coup, South Korea, Indonesia, some of our friends in Latin America. So I look at them and I see that, the politics of possibility, it's possible for you to break out of the cycle. Yet, when I come back to Thailand, here in Thailand, I got to make sure that I'm not too concerned about it, but I'm not careless about it as well.
How would your government's foreign policy differ from its predecessors?
So definitely we need to engage the international community more. We have to rebalance. With what happened in Russia or Ukraine, we abstain. That's what I meant by quiet diplomacy. But if we stick to the rules that, a bigger country cannot aggress a smaller country, it's against UN Convention. It's against the rule-based world order. We have to speak out.
So a Pita Limjaroenrat government would be a lot more vocal internationally.
No words, no weight in foreign policy. I mean, if you don't speak out, you don't exist, and you don't have a spine to contribute.
And you want Thailand to carry more weight?
Of course.
And if you get into government and you complete your 4-year term, what kind of country would you like Thailand to be at the end of it?
Would be decentralized and not centralized. Finally, Bangkok is not Thailand. Thailand is not Bangkok. There will be some equality in terms of public health service, in terms of education, in terms of budget, in terms of tax collection. That's what I wanted to see.
Governments in the past have failed. Why would you succeed?
Because I'm different, in the sense that it's not just getting in a coalition to pursue a quick fix, to pursue my own agenda. I'm here in the government for the people, but really to show that what's wrong with Thailand can be fixed with what is right with Thailand. And that's why we entered politics.